What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. And apparently, Tudor has a dream attack that, consists of Jonathan David and Kolo Muani. However, Jadon Sancho is up there. He's up there because we are pushing to get the Jadon Sancho deal done ASAP because of things I will discuss in a second. But apparently, according to reports, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, I heard it on Sky, Tudor's dream attack and the club's dream attack is Jonathan David and Kolo Muani up top, and now Sancho is in the picture. Also, a massive update on Leoni, finally a defender. However, it's not what you want to hear. And an update on another defender, this time right back, Wesley, who is playing for Flamengo as well. So stay tuned. We're going to unpack everything. Like the video, as always, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive straight into it. Okay, Jadon Sancho. The reports are out there, and they are a bit all over the place. I need to be honest with that, or that's the truth. However, what is consistent is that we are in talks to sign Jadon Sancho. We opened talks with his agent for the first time because with Man U there are no problems. We are offering around 25 million euros, and that's what Man U is willing to get for Sancho. The thing is, Fenerbahce apparently are offering him 10 to 12 million euros a season, but they're not offering Manu the money they want. Napoli are offering him close to 6 million euros a season, and they haven't spoke with Manu at this moment in time. We agree with Manu, and we're in talks with Jadon Sancho's representatives, also not offering 12 million euros, obviously, like Fenerbahce. So on the wage thing, the only thing you can say, it depends on him. Does he want to play for Fenerbahce, or does he want to play in the Serie A and play in Europe and lower his demands? That's that, because the price tag is the price tag, and we agreed the price tag with Manu. That's not any of those issues anymore. What has been reported as well lately is that we want to close this deal ASAP. We want to close this deal in the next couple of days, apparently, which sounds extremely unrealistic at this moment in time because of the wages, because of the offers he has as well, and everything involved, So, push back on that maybe a little bit, but that's the thing, And it goes further because the dream attack is Kolo Muani and Jonathan David. Jonathan David reports again all over the place. Apparently, he told his agents to lower their demands, and then there are reports out there saying actually they're not lowering their demands, and other reports saying Komoli appreciated that Jonathan David told his agent lower your demands because I want to, join the club potentially, and Komoli appreciated that and offered something less, which was still not good enough. The thing is that apparently we agreed terms with Jonathan David on a contract. The length of the contract, nobody reported, but the wage is around 6 million plus bonuses 1, 5, 2, 1.5. I've seen it all, but the base is 6 million euros a season, and apparently that is the dream attack for this club. So no Gyökeres, no Sesko, no Osimhen, all those things, throw them away, because apparently our dream attack is Jonathan David and Kolo Muani, who spoke, by the way, and said something cryptic. Gazzetta dello Sport was like, boom, I want to stay this, that, and that. And if you read the Tutto Sport newspaper interview of Kolo Muani, said, I feel happier, I want to be here, and etc. But it's the window, and we will see after the club World Cup what's going to happen, because many clubs are in for him, and if other clubs are offering money to PSG might force Kolo Muani to make a decision. And Kolo Muani being Kolo Muani and a player, like with the World Cup coming up, you're not going to take any risks. At one point, if Juve is not willing to pay up, you're going to need to make a decision. And that's the scary part. If that happens, what are you going to leave? Are you going to stick with Jonathan David and who? Vlahovic, please stay on a lower wage and then move out the issue for the next couple of seasons, So that's the situation we're in right now. Now, on the dream attack, is that a dream attack? No, that doesn't sound like a dream attack unless you have different dreams. You don't dream big enough, I would say. But on face value, that's not a dream attack. It has goals in it. It has assists. Like it's not your typical attack, because I don't feel any of them are real, like a 10, like real out and out number nines can play different positions. So not real out and out number nines, but they're very mobile. They can have assists, they can have goals, the technical well sounded. So it's a completely different route we're going on that we tried to do in the last couple of seasons, years when we had Higuain and we have Vlahovic. Yes, we had a period with Morata, but even still, like more of a typical number nine, even though we use them in different positions as well. But that's the interesting part. It seems like we're going with trying to build a dynamic front line who can press, who are technical, well-sounded, who can play multiple positions, who can give assists, etc. Will that be enough for the top? Only time will tell. Everybody's assuming not, but that's that. Including Jadon Sancho, what's going to happen with Conceição? The club is pushing to keep Conceição as well. What is going to happen with Yıldız's position as well in the team? If you sign a player like Jadon Sancho, are you going to stick him to the right? Are you going to move him, down the middle? All up in the air. Is Nico Gonzalez going to leave? All those things will be clear down the line. So let me know in the comments. But I want to move on to this story from Gazzetta dello Sport, talking about Wesley, saying, or he spoke to Gazzetta dello Sport, saying, I dream of playing in Europe, and I'm aware that Roma and Juve are interested in me. Then the report was saying that Juve are working to sign Wesley to replace Wea as soon as possible. Flamengo want around 25 plus 5 million in bonuses. Now, I'm going to be really honest. You need a right back. Obviously, we need a right back. You have Alberto Costa, and that's about it. Rui, but, forget about it. So you need competition. And if Alberto Costa's playing well, you still need competition. We play a lot of games. I've watched Wesley only at the Club World Cup. I've not watched any other single game of Wesley. That's the honest truth. What I've seen at the World Cup, I really like. I really, really like. Is he finished article? No. Defensively, it can look a bit iffy, but he's dynamic, he's explosive, he's technically well-sounded. Again, very small sample size from my standpoint of view. But 25 million euros seems like a fair price for a right back and makes us competitive, more competitive. Yes, you have Alberto Costa, but he will have dips, ups and downs, because he's still extremely young as well. And this is a next level than Victoria. It's good to have rotation. Competition for places is good. So if this is a real thing, which I'm a bit skeptical about, but with this type of news, it can explode really quickly. It can go really quickly to, actually, we're signing him. It's happening to, boom, he's going to Tottenham for 45 million euros or 40 million. It can go like that when it comes to that. However, he is a real target at this moment in time. A player we're really considering. It's only, now, is it going to happen? Is it really needed that we invest that money at this moment in time in that player? But let me know what you think. And then we move on to this one. And this one got me. That meme? They got me in the first half. They got me in the first half. It's from Giovanni Albanese saying that it started off with saying, we want to sign Comoli, we want to beat Milan and Inter in the race to sign Leoni, excuse me. And that's what I said. Comoli wants to sign Giovanni Leoni immediately and then loan him back to Parma. Parma won around 30 million to sell him. Juve, like the other clubs, like Milan and Inter, are offering Parma to keep him on loan for another season. I was like, okay, one, do I think Leoni is ready to start alongside Bremer and compete at this moment in time? No, but that's because of his age and the experience and the pressure that will probably come. I don't think he's ready. If you're good enough, I don't care about pressure. But right now, I don't think he's good enough. That's my thing. But when we need a defender desperately, I'm going to repeat myself. I'm fearful. I'm actually fearful. I'm fearful for Thursday because then things will be very clear how we will look, because Bremer is going to miss some games next season. It is what it is. So Thursday against City, tomorrow, you're going to see some things that are going to scare the hell out of you, And right now, I'm scared. Where, yeah, you can invest in Leoni, but you surely cannot pay that money up front. We need defenders right now. If it's not Leoni, I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, Leoni then, starting alongside Bremer. We need some serious firepower at the back, because the way Tudor plays, and even with good players, I've said it, it will look shaky at times, a bit over the place. But with these players, we're not going anywhere. With those defenders, you're going to struggle all season long. And at one point, Tudor is going to need to try to save his job, quote unquote, and it's going to change things to not be that leaky, and it's going to look worse and worse because then you step away from your belief and you go ask the players to do different things that we're trying to do. It will be a disaster. We need quality at the back. So 30 million euros for Leoni, fine, but it's not coming to help us right now. So what are you going to do? Because right now, I have a feeling that they're happy with what they have. And for me, that's actually madness. Absolutely madness. If they think that a back three of Savona, Gatti, Kalulu, maybe Kelly, if Bremer is not there for a couple of games, is good enough, that's just mental. That's actually insane. Anyways, also let me know what you think about the Leoni links, but loaning him back to Parma for another season. That's it for me. Like, subscribe, and I will be back live later tonight, to talk about Man City and the latest updates. Ciao.